We are. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Coming Into Being. I'm going to send out my little message here and we'll get started. So, if you're new, whether you're new live or watching this is just providing you the space to come and to realign with yourself. Just that kind of deep, quiet space. Sometimes it's not so quiet, and sometimes we do more work and it's more active, but it's that place to just help you realign with yourself. And why is that so important? Because whatever we do, it's about where we're coming from. And if we don't come from that alignment to ourselves, with ourselves, then we're bringing in all this other stuff into whatever it is we're doing that doesn't need to be there. So it brings through more purity of your being in everything that you do. But we need to take that time to reconnect more deeply inside. So let's first start by just close your eyes for a minute and let yourself just take a nice deep breath in, breathing it all the way up to the top, and then just kind of release it like a big sigh. Like you're letting go and letting yourself just melt down, melt into your body more. And just keeping your eyes closed. Let yourself feel your body with your eyes closed. Become aware of your body. And you can move through different areas of your body, but it's also good to just go from one end to the other. I kind of depends what I'm doing, but it's nice to start with the head. Sometimes that's easier for people because if you're up here a lot, to come start here and to jump down to your feet can be kind of a hard jump and take a lot more effort, and your mind will be just kind of bouncing back. So just take another deep breath in, hold it a little bit, then relax out. And then letting yourself close your eyes gently, staying aware, staying awake, staying present and noticing yourself inside, like you're inside, your awareness inside your body, inside your head. And you might feel like, like with your closed eyes, so noticing your eyelids on top of your eyeballs, your forehead, your eyebrows, cheeks. Let's go to the side of the head too, the ears, maybe your hairline, maybe you've got a clip in your hair, the back of your head, letting your awareness kind of pull back, kind of gently drift back to the back of your head, become aware of that back of your head. If you have a hard time with any part, you can put your hand there just to help give you a little bit more tactile reference of, sometimes we have just these empty areas in our bodies because we're just not very present there. And so putting your hand there can help. So if you need to, the back of your head and the top of your head. And there's those ears too. Might want to include the bottom right below your chin, the chin bones, the jaw bones. That's an area that often gets kind of disregarded. Just, you kind of pass through it. You go from your cheeks, your jaw maybe, and then to your neck. But that area right below, letting yourself really present there. And when we really come into that attention to the physical form, what starts to happen, and you might notice it, and you might not, but what it starts to do it when you're really paying attention. Okay, my cheekbones, my ears, my whatever part you're focusing on, and if you can do your whole head and just like feeling yourself inside your that physical body, it will create a separation between your physical body and maybe some thoughts, some emotions, some other energies coming in from outside. Um, and even it just, you've been on the computer for a while and you're thinking, and if you're like on the internet, on social media, notice this a lot, all of a sudden you come off of that and you feel like you've got the whole world is just hanging around your head, right? I don't know if you're ever picked that up, but so coming into your body just helps to remind you, okay, that's them, that's something else, that's another reality, that's another dimension. This is me, and create a more stillness within you. And then coming into your neck, feeling your neck and just going all the way around. So it's not looking down at your neck. Some people do that with the neck. It's a little bit harder, but lower down in their bodies, they will actually go out of their body to connect in with their some part of their body, like their legs, their lower torso. And so what you want to do is let yourself shift down, just kind of float down to the next level into your neck. Ah, so I'm just gonna focus on clearing different areas as we are in them. So we got nice kind of clearing of uh, head buzz around the head there, and with the throat, yeah, throat. There's a lot that's tied up into that throat there for people. So let yourself just really breathe as if your breath is just expanding into the neck, that this neck and the throat, front and back, that spine, and you're breathing in this area. Looks like somebody, yeah, there's stuff like there's some past life stuff showing up for people of maybe even getting shot through the throat or something. It's a weird feeling. So clearing that out. Sometimes we can also get taken a lot of people into our hey Roma. And if you feel like stopping in and saying hi, that's always nice to get a little hello there. Um, yeah, what happens is that when we learn to express ourselves instead of growing up, and we copy people, sometimes we'll hear like little kids at school hear somebody saying, "Ha na 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 na," doing saying something a certain way, and so we say it that way. And what can happen is that we're actually holding that person into that area. Or also, you can have other people have affected the way you express yourself can show up in this area there, the energetic. So it's like it can feel kind of like a big neck brace, except it's soft and soft and cushiony and just kind of like this fog around your neck. Or it can go in deeper. Ooh, for some reason, throat cancers is coming to mind. Um, so not being able to really bring forth that expression, having that really blocked in and locked up. Ah, yeah, we got some past history. Let's call it history. Could be past lives. It could be past from your past of this lifetime. It could be just family lineage. Yeah, and then what's also coming up is like anybody who's had family live or themselves live in what's coming up to say repressive regimes. There's been a lot of that around the world, unfortunately, and where you can't really express what you need to express. So that's coming through as well. Oh, why? Didn't think we were going to pull up so much around the throat there. I thought we were going to just go through the body, but that's great. That's great. We're doing that. So it's like having gotten caged in and locked in a cage with your throat. So let's really go into this one. And if you'd like, you can just gently put your hands on your neck and really feel that. And another thing about doing that is that it's like giving yourself that attention, really connecting with your body and saying, this is me, and giving some love and appreciation just through putting your hand there. It's kind of like when we want to somebody's just not feeling happy, and we just kind of put our hands on their back. So kind of same thing here, just putting that there, and just that aspect, because we have memory in every cells of our body, and it's not just memories of this lifetime, it's memories from past history, like I was saying earlier, because every cell in your body has an energetic structure, comes through this energetic, our physical body gets structured from the frequency of the energetic levels first, and then that physical form comes in and matches that energetic form that's gotten created. Um, so let's really just bringing in some nurturing and some love and appreciation. The back of the neck gets into a lot of control issues. For those of you who get into this stuff, not everybody does, but there's also it could get a lot of implants or plugins. Take this off. I've got a lot of energy running through here, so I'm going to focus on the back of the neck. There's implants, and for anybody who can tap into the level of the what we call the level of the matrix. Uh, yeah, there's some implants back there for people. Um, basically, I mean, without putting that kind of visual aside, or that kind of aspect aside, it's about getting controlled, and it's about having somebody control you. And that's, we see that in cats, especially, where the mother picks up the kittens by the back of the neck and carries them. And if you see the kitten just goes like that. They're just as the mother carries them. And so it's the same kind of thing when you get that control piece coming in. And that's a very common area is the neck. And so it grabs you there. And then you can't really do anything as much as you try. And so some people can have a lot of neck issues that never really clear up because you have to keep going back to the chiropractor or whatever. So breathing into that neck, and it never really clears up. I know somebody who's like that. Uh, as much as she tries to have the chiropractor straighten it out, her neck is really just very stiff. A lot there. Yeah, there's some deeper issues of being verbally abused by parent. This is specifically a mother, but it might be also another parent or family dynamics for other people in the call. And some of this stuff is actually connecting down to the lung area. So we're going to move into that chest because it's like stuff that was really um, deep inside here that got compacted in here, and then it's just moving up. It's just building up because there's no more room in the chest. And also part of that expression of that uh, not coming out. So expression from the heart. Um, uh, like not being able to yell, not being able, hey, oh, I just noticed that Astro's there. Hello. And Harold, oh goodness, hi Harold. It's been a while. Just noticing you guys popping up there. And so with like all of a sudden you're attacked and you want to scream, but there you can't scream. And Ilaria, so very good. Also, all of a sudden, everybody's popping up with the neck here. Um, so that kind of like you can't scream for whatever reason, and then it connects right up into the throat. So just really letting yourself breathe into that area. And I invite you again to just put that hand, just gently place your hand on your chest, to comfort, just to give that comfort and that awareness, that acknowledgement. There we go. That acknowledgement to that part of you that is stuck in at that cell level, at those levels. Yeah. Melting all of that away. So keep breathing into that. I'm going to be a little quiet so I can just tune in a little bit more deeply and work a little bit more deeply here and release a lot of that. Some people have, yeah, it's coming up that some people have, God, why is it fire specter? It feels like it's more bacteria um, uh, issues in the lungs. Feels like there's smoke is coming up, uh, uh, maybe chemical. Um, I'm not finding my words, but in the air that there's pollutants in the air that have come in. Yeah, it feels like industrial pollution that came in, not necessarily now, but at in the past, from where you lived in the environment where the person lived. There's also stuff, so clearing, as I'm saying that, that's just clearing it out. With Blue Moon, I appreciate this release of the throat chakra today. Yeah, good, good. Glad you're stopping by. Um, yeah, a lot emotional. Yeah, that's. Thanks for the reminder there, because that's a lot is coming through. So that's good. Really good time to take advantage of that. But yeah, something else was starting to pop up there. Anyways, just keep breathing and breathing into that. Maybe it'll pop back in. Trying to escape. Wow. Um, trying to. There's a sense of trying to escape something. Uh, I saw your question, Laurie. I'll get to it in a minute here. Is escape, but there's sense that's escape. It's like escaping for your life, but yeah, there's a lot of loss with that too. That's coming up around that. So let's clear that up. Uh, just um, just kind of moving everything out of that space for people, for the group. Harold, it feels like you've got some lung stuff too. That's just awesome. You're popping up there. Um, a lot of grief. Sometimes people will pop up, and I recognize them, or if I don't recognize them, then it's like, well, this, like I was doing before. But um, Harold, I know a little bit, so he's popping up. A lot of, yeah, just grief. That's grief and loss for you, almost to the point of regret. So let's just bring that up. A regret. Yeah, it's like it's important to, we can regret that we didn't do something, that something didn't go a certain way, and but coming into a deeper place with whatever. So this is kind of just a thought for everybody. Any place, anything that we've regretted in the past not doing, or just take a look at what it is that you regret and just ask, it's like, well, what can I learn from what happened in that situation that I can grow from? Even if it was in the past, if you haven't done that before, how can I look at this? How can I understand this? How can I use this to just come more into a higher place for myself, a better place for myself? That thing. Yeah, and you'll probably find, Harold, that maybe actually it was a good thing that you that did that regretting something, and it's probably a good thing that didn't happen or that you didn't do that because it was not the right way to go, uh, kind of thing. S- let's take a deep breath in from the core of the earth, just dropping, letting your attention drop down to the core of the earth, and let's connect in there for a little bit. Yeah, there's more bacteria than virus. Feels more like bacteria, this lung thing. There's still some of that left that's kind of hanging on to dear life. There's an aggressiveness to it. But, anyways, it's coming into the core of the earth. We'll get to that in a minute. Really let yourself dropping down. I'm going to drop the group down a little bit more deeply. Mm, there we go. Kind of dropping in slowly, which is fine. Which is good. We don't always have to go fast. Sometimes it happens quickly, and sometimes it's just a little bit more slowly. Mm. And I'm gonna kind of anchor the group into the Earth grid, the new Earth grid. Some of you need to hear it that way because the old Earth grid has been tampered with. Um, but that that's been clarified. But if you're still kind of in that old reference point, then you're going to hook yourself in the wrong way or to the wrong thing. Okay, there we go. It's starting to that energy just kind of coming back up there. Okay, that's really important. So this is a reminder that for a lot of issues, so Ilaria brought up lymphoma here, so that's basically a type of cancer. Um, and for a, and even for bacteria, for viral, for a lot of these pathologies, it's one of the things that's really important is to get that grounding, that earth, the lower chakras. If you work with the lower chakras, if you tune into that, to really connect, to bring yourself down into those lower chakras. There's certain frequencies, they're just going to knock those out. The upper frequencies are just not going to work as well. Plain and simple. This is uh, energetic. I don't know what we. It's not chemistry, but it's just that vibrational quality. It's just the way it works. It's the energetics science of energy. The energetics. You need those lower frequencies. If you want to get into the chakras, it's the second and third chakra. So if you have any kind of those any issues, really kind of take that time to come into your lower body, anchoring into the earth. So let's bring our awareness down. This will help as I work on the upper areas, but bring your awareness down to your lower abdomen If you want to work with the chakras into your first and second chakras. Oh, and let's open that up even more for people because that's a little bit stuck. So, um, what you're asking about, Ilaria, is like that's the last piece that comes in, um, is the physical level. So, yeah, all of that, anything that's there, and you're a hypersensitive, and hyper. I don't mean that in a bad way. Highly sensitive. There we go. System, and so anything that's off of to any degree, it's going to register your system. It's going to open up the system until you get really strong and holding that for yourself and not letting anything in. Work in progress, always for all of us. Um, those that if you're not strong in that, that's going to create that sensitivity to and those distortions to be there that will open up the way for the pollution to get in, the bacteria to settle in, the lymphoma to develop. So all of that. So I guess it's good to take care of the physical level, but we don't want to just stop there. We want to take care of the energetic and frequency levels as well. And that non-physical space, which is emotional beliefs and all that energetic and frequency stuff, wherever that takes us. Okay, opening up in that lower chakra. Let's come into the core of the earth again. We're going to run a little longer today, but that's good. That's probably for the like Margaret brought up for I think it's Margaret, right? Yeah, for the blue moon. So real good. We'll just keep it going here. Make use of all that stuff getting stirred up to really clear it out. Kind of coming down into the earth. Let's take a nice deep breath in wherever you are. And on the exhale, let yourself just drift down, float down. There we go. I'm going to stay quiet a little bit. So just let yourself kind of connected with the earth. Because when I start talking, then your minds kind of get activated with stuff. So I want to just focus in on this piece for you. And just clearing out kind of that lower area, really bring in some deeper grounding, those lower chakra frequencies into the system, opening that up. Also, what you can do to just activate that more for you is just see the color red, like a deep blood red color, and feel yourself breathing that red. And you might notice that, focus in and you're breathing in the red, And on the exhale, you might notice that, oh, maybe it's not quite so red. Maybe it's kind of brown or whatever. So you just keep cycling that out. It's you're just releasing those distortions out that don't match that level, that frequency, and bringing yourself more of that lower frequency vibrational level. Amber. So that's kind of a deep orange color. Also is really good for all that stuff we've been working on. So you can do a cycling with your breath. So breathing in that red and that amber and exhaling and letting it exhale whatever way. It could be you could get to see it like that color just really blended in with a lot of white or a lot of gray or a lot of black or a lot of brown or whatever. Just you can keep doing that breath of breathing in that clear red and amber colors, and then until you're breathing out and it's just as clear. You could be doing it for 20 minutes, but that will be a good cleanse. Okay, we're bringing it up to the whole group's kind of moving up as we're doing that. Moving up because you can't move up if you're not anchored in those lower levels. So it's real important to not try to escape those lower levels as you escape. And in lower levels, I mean like like your lower chakras, your lower vibrations are not necessarily. That's not in lower just in terms of frequency reading. Um, we need those lower frequencies as well. You need to be anchored in to rise up. Uh, somebody, I was listening to something and they used the analogy of a tree. So it's like a tree needs to have its roots go into the ground. So anchoring down into your lower abdomen, your lower chakras into the earth, it's like putting your roots in so that the tree can go up and spread out and take its leaves, takes its branches and open up, its branches and leaves and open up to the light. I thought that was a very nice analogy for that. So the group is in the process of like lengthening up. It's like staying grounded but lengthening up. Um, so I'm just gonna have you be here a little bit longer. Yeah, very nice. Creating like this solidness and stability there. There's still a little bit in the chest there. Picking up some stuff on the right chest and the back side. A lot of times what happens is we get too focused on the front and we kind of don't bring our awareness to the backside. So um, really let yourself feel the backside, like your shoulder blades. If you need to pull your shirt, I've done this, pull your shirt, so, and then arch your back so that you can have that tactile and feel that tactile impression, or lean against a pillow or something so that you feel that contact, so it really anchors that back into you. Just bringing that awareness to your back. You've got your ribs, below the skin. You've got the ribs. You've got shoulder blades, you've got the spine, all the muscles in there. Uh, so really feeling that backside, yeah. There's a lot of thickness there for people. That's a place, the back, we can carry a lot of people on our backs. So shifting that out. The blue boot is really helping us clear a lot of stuff here. This is great. And you might feel some relief and some lightness for yourself, you know, a little freer. After you're popping up is kind of like, wow, okay. Feeling a little lighter there. Not that nobody else is, but it's just all of a sudden I see somebody just like going like, whoa, okay, this is nice. And Laura, you could get there better if you could just snap out of that head a little bit more right now. Yeah, actually, gonna work. So I'll just open up that space to work on the head space for people. It's almost like this drill hole that goes right into the head through the sixth chakra. So coming, just feeling that back. Everybody, just stay on your back and just feeling your back, breathing into your back, really appreciating your back and that strength and all those bones that you have that hold you up, that get formed to your body. Really bringing that love and appreciation to yourself in that area. Okay, there we go. Or you kind of pull out a lot through your sixth chakra, through this whole area. It would be good for you to just kind of focus on the back of your head and focus on coming into, even, like before you go to bed or anytime, just or when you're in meditation, to let yourself float back because you're out too far out towards out your forehead. So that's causing you to pick up a lot more stuff, a lot more people stuff that you don't really need to pick up. A little more easily than you need to. Let's see if anything comes up for anyone else here. BFF, I think it's Margaret, right? Can't remember quite well, but I'm gonna just take there. You've got a lot of, especially on your right side, that's showing up. Kind of this very. Sorry for the words, but that's just what it looks like energetically. Um, Blubbery kind of layer on, especially on your right side. So you're carrying people energetically that you don't need to be carrying. And I think a lot of that is just wanting to help people, wanted to support people. Um, and the problem with that is that what's happening is that you're taking on them energetically. So if you can become aware of that when you help others, if you start to feel a little heavy afterwards, or a little tired, or so I'm shifting that out for you, but I'll give you a sense of maybe a little bit more lightness. Some of that, you're part of why you're doing that is there's a bit of a cover up that's covering up um, this. What is that around? Let's see. It's really coming up as very rigid and very stiff. Ooh, okay, that's like it's there's been abuse at some level, maybe more psychological abuse kind of thing, where you really have to hold in kind of that expression of love that you had it, I would go back into early childhood. So let's shift that for you because I think you have this beautiful space in your heart, this beautiful expression that comes out from your heart for you, um, and it's with that just all of a sudden, and it might have been just one incident. All of a sudden, you're just going "Ugh," of holding that, and so it's created this weird thing that you do. So let's shift that so that you can coming more into that just more openly, more freely without taking on that those other pieces for people and shifting out sadness. I hope let me know if that doesn't make sense what I just said. That's going to take a little bit more work because I see that's going in more deeply. So just connect in with yourself at that place, and we can all do this. You know, if you've got a place that's really aching, that's really sensitive and delicate, just coming in, and you can do this by yourself, and just even putting your hands on your heart if it's your heart or your throat, or and just breathing into that, and just telling that part of you that's in that place, it's okay. We're here together. It's all right. Um, it wasn't easy. It was, whatever comes to mind to say, let yourself just kind of feel into what needs to be said to that part, because that's you in there. That's that an experience that, or experiences that have come through that are embedded in here that have kind of locked a part of us in that. So even just breathing and just being present with ourselves is enough. You might not need to say anything, but if you do, sometimes that can be helpful. So wanting to recognize that, and for all of us, that deep, we can call the inner child if we want. It's not necessarily the inner child, but it's this very deep, gentle part of us. Um, and there's this softness to this. There's just a very, and it can feel very delicate by contrast with the world, the human life, and how human life, is experienced by all of us, even when we have good, fairly good lives. There's always just this hardness to it, or has been. And so just acknowledging that part that came into this life with that softness and that gentleness of being. And let's just breathe into that, giving that some space and some room to be. This is kind of a nice place to come to. And that acknowledgement, it's like that purity of your being, allowing it to come through. And it's not about you need to go out there and put it out to the world. I wouldn't recommend doing that until you have that strength to really hold that solid for yourself, hold solid for yourself around that. But to you, with yourself, just to acknowledge that gentleness, that purity that's at the core of who you are, is the core of who you are. So let's breathe into that one. Oh, that'll be a nice place to finish here. Yeah, very nice, very beautiful, just very soft and light. And breathing into that to really strengthen that, bring that through, even if it's just for ourselves. We start there and grow that for ourselves first. And there might be a little trepidation to really connect in, to let ourselves go there and feel that and let that come out. So, just a reminder, this is just you and you for right now, right here, right now. Oh, it is, and it is a little scary. We've all gone through, even if it was just one time at some point in our lives, we've all gone through that of just kind of openly putting ourselves out and something happens and it's like boom. So just giving that space. So that's another important piece when you're doing that for yourself. You let that part of you come out as it needs to, when it's ready to, and you just be present with it. Allow it to do whatever it does. And it can happen. And I know in times when it's happened where for myself, for other people, for clients that I worked with, just you're sitting there, it's like, okay, I'm here. And you're sitting there for the longest time. This can go on for day after day after day after day. It's going to go on as long as it needs to for you to build up that trust between that part of you and yourself, so that that part of you that was wounded, got hurt, knows that you really mean that you're going to be there for it, that you're really going to be there for that part, for the inner child, if you want to call the inner child, but the inner aspect. Um, and when it feels it can trust you, then it'll start showing up. It could be little by little. Depends on how damaged the situation, how much damage the situation created. Very nice. So just allowing uh, that deeper, softer space. And yeah, much nicer place, much softer, quieter place for everyone here. Very nice. Taking another nice deep breath in, letting yourself just kind of feel in that place. There's kind of just this quiet, it's a very quiet space. Um, it just and pure. It feels very pure and just very quiet and calm and soft. And then if your eyes are closed, just gently opening them and connecting to softly connecting to your environment. All right. Well, that was a beautiful session. Thank you all for showing up for, yeah, the blue moon. I thought about it earlier, and then when I got ready to get on, I didn't, it just wasn't in my mind. So thank you for bringing that up because that just really brought in a lot more for us to work with. So that's nice. There's my little QR code if you feel like doing a little value donation. That's there. That's just a appreciation of the value received, but also in balance with that value of yourself. So where the two meet. kind of thing. And if you're new to my work, then you can check my website out, unboundedandfree.com. And we'll see you. Oh, let's see. Let me get back to the chat here. Is there another? Oh, Roma, thank you. You're welcome. Um, and and then Ilaria, calm, gratitude, appreciation, compassion. Yeah, there's like kind of a lot of that at the end, wasn't it? So good work for everybody. Heart connection with inner child and forgiveness. Yeah, good, good, good. Um, I just love how this just works, of being in the space, and what presents itself in the space is just what people are needing. So thank you all for stopping by and making this fantastic session for the full moon here. Uh, to stop by any Wednesday you feel like, and join in every Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central European Time. I don't always remember to post. That's just how things are for me right now. So um, great to see everybody, and uh, see you again next time, whenever that next time in, and see you in the ethers. Take care, everybody.